What is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Travis. I go by the name The Master Safi. Today's video, I'm gonna talk about some shocking footage that I got at the hospital the other day. I was there for somebody else and I was walking around the cafeteria and I got some footage that is very shocking and very crazy. Today I want to talk about a plant-based diet and nutrition and our healthcare system and all things related to health and nutrition. Our medical industry is not in the curing business. Our medical industry is not curing anybody's ailments. The main objective of the medical industry is to suppress symptoms through pharmaceuticals, through prescription drugs, or surgery. I was at the hospital the other day and I was in shock by how large the industry is, and the architecture, the funding, the construction, the huge amounts of money and resources. It looks very sophisticated, it looks very high tech. We have all this equipment and trained doctors and specialists and robots that do surgery. We have so much technology, we have so much resources, yet we have a global pandemic of disease and illness. And as I was walking through the hospital, I'm just thinking about, how are we this sophisticated? How do we have this much advancement in the medical industry, yet they're serving the worst type of food in the cafeteria and in the vending machines throughout the hospital? I went to the cafeteria to see if I could find something to eat, and I was completely shocked by what I saw in the cafeteria. And it just made me realize how suppressed information is and how brainwashed everybody is. They were serving scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, biscuits, pancakes. It was difficult for me to find a fruit cup, to find something healthy. They got chips, they got soda, they got coffee, they got creamers. There are loads and loads of toxic, horrible foods that are so bad for your body, that are so toxic, that are just filled with fat, no nutritional content whatsoever. And I'm thinking, how bad is this for the patients, right? This is what the patients are eating.
Bacon cheeseburger, smoky cheddar sausage, and ice cream. Nice.
And then they're taking a toxic flood of chemicals that the hospital or the doctors are prescribing them. We have it all wrong. Everything is backwards. As I was walking through the cafeteria, I see the doctors and the surgeons and the nurses walking up and grabbing themselves a plate of all this animal fat, all these animal products. It was shocking to see that. These are our specialists. These are the people that are supposed to be healing us, and they're eating the very foods that are causing the illnesses that they're treating in the patients. And they don't know that.
And all the diseases they bring to us, the obesity and the diabetes and the high blood pressure and all the inflammatory diseases. We're told that these are chronic diseases. You can't get rid of them. You manage them. And doctors have become disease managers. We manage high blood pressure. We manage diabetes. We went into medicine to relieve suffering and to cure these diseases. And every one of these diseases is curable, every single one of them. Etiology unknown. We don't know what causes these diseases. There's some molecular mismatch on some genetic issue here. We're working on it. But till then, you just keep prescribing your statins and your stents. Etiology unknown. Nonsense. It's the food. It's what people are eating these days. People are eating anywhere near the standard Western diet, and you have eggs in the morning, and lunches and dinners have burgers and fried chicken and buffalo wings and pizzas, etc. That is the cause of the clogged arteries, obesity, diabetes, etc. Of heavy saturated fats, free radical containing oils, problematic proteins, concentrated sugars. This injures us on every level. And if you decide, if you choose to put a piece of meat in the middle of every
They
meal.
don't know that. The missing link in all of this is the food. It's the food. What everyone is doing wrong is what they're eating. If I was feeding my cat gerbil food, dog food from the pet store, would my cat be healthy? No matter how much I tried to make him exercise, no matter how many supplements I gave him, no matter how healthy I tried to make him, he would never be able to reach optimum health because it's not the correct diet. Any animal that we domesticate, they have a specific diet that we feed them. We know their physiology, we know what they eat, and we give the proper foods to help them stay healthy. Why don't we do the same for ourselves? We're not carnivores. We're not designed to eat meat. We're not designed to eat animal products. And when we do, it wreaks havoc on our system. It causes disease, it causes illness, it causes damage to our cells. We're eating the wrong diet, or we have the same physiological qualities as herbivores. Most land mammals, the largest land mammals we have, are all herbivores. They all eat plants. They all get their protein from plants. So if there's a 2,000-pound rhinoceros, just diesel, filled with muscle, how did he get that muscle? He's not eating animal products. Tell me a 150-pound human male needs to eat animals, but a 2,000-pound rhino or gorilla or horse or a cow doesn't need to eat animals to sustain that type of weight, that type of muscle density, and it just doesn't make sense.
Well, let's look at this study, because these studies show that animal protein, high biological protein, promotes IGF-1. And this preoccupation we've had in America over the last 50 years, thinking that high biological protein was somewhat favorable to our longevity, was totally wrong. It's completely the opposite. The more high biological protein we eat, the more we shorten our lifespan. But it's mostly a growth-promoting hormone, which is fine to promote growth if you're a cow in the first couple of years of life wanting to grow triple or quadruple its weight in the first week. Or it's fine to promote growth, even IGF-1, when you're in the mother's womb or a baby looking to grow. But when you're an adult no longer growing, the high levels of IGF-1 promote growth of tissues that shouldn't be growing, like tumors and cancers. American food's the problem, not you. A healthy person should become overweight, because Americans eat this stuff at every single meal, right? They eat dairy and meat at every single meal, and they eat oil at every meal practically. Most Americans consume more than 400 calories of oil a day. Where are those calories going to go? On your body. You can only gain weight if you use concentrated calories, mostly animal products, oils, processed carbohydrates, to fit enough calories in the stomach, because the stomach only holds a liter of food. To become overweight like all Americans did, they've had to eat in foods whose calories have been artificially concentrated. You can't put more than 400 or 500 calories at a time into the stomach if you're eating natural foods. It fills it up too easily. It's impossible to become overweight because you can't get enough calories into the human body if you're eating natural foods. Now, if we look at the countries back then that were eating a lot of produce, natural produce, the question is, how much cancer did they have? How much heart attacks did they have? And how much strokes did they have in those countries? Well, let's take a look. The amount of heart attacks and strokes and cancers they had was completely inverse proportional to the amount of produce in the diet, right? Less produce, more cancer, more produce, less cancer and heart attacks.
And when you walk throughout the hospital, you walk throughout the supermarkets, you see everyone on lunch, you see what people are eating, it's the wrong diet. The entire world has got it wrong. The global epidemic of disease speaks to that and tells us why. What are we doing wrong? You can exercise all you want. You can try to stay healthy all you want. If you're not putting good quality food in, you're not going to get a good quality of life. It requires good nutrition, proper nutrition for your physiology to get you operating and working correctly. And by eating processed, man-made food and animal products, you're never going to reach optimum health. Your body is never going to be able to heal itself and regenerate itself because it doesn't have the proper energy or nutrition to do it. And the diabetes, the cancer, the heart disease, osteoporosis, the dementia, all of these things are caused by eating the wrong diet. Every single one of our main diseases and illnesses that plague our society are 100% reversible. They can be fixed, they can be healed. You don't have to live with that pain. You don't have to struggle with that illness. You can stop it and reverse it. You can start feeling better today by switching to a plant-based diet. You don't need prescriptions, you don't need surgery, you don't need medication. All you need to do is fix your diet. Fix what you're eating. Do some research, get yourself educated, try it out. Let the results speak for themselves. Don't take it from someone else. Go do your own research, go do your own experiments in your own life. And if you have a history of disease in your family, it's not your genetics. It's not a genetic disposition that you're always going to be ill. The generational illnesses are passed down through the diet. The same diet is being passed down, so the same illnesses are being passed down. When you really open your eyes and look at it, the truth is very simple. We're living in a lie. We're living in a world that tries to sell us everything. There's advertisements wherever you go. There's branding, there's products. They don't care about your health. They care about making money off of you. Whether that's the food industry, the medical industry, the entertainment industry, every single thing is just to get as much as they can out of it. When you wake up the next morning, it's a clean slate. It's a brand new day, brand new 24 hours for you to make the right choices and put the right fuel into your body. It's very important to get high nutritional content into your stomach first thing in the morning. There's supposed to be an abundance of fruits and berries, raw fruits, fruit salads, stuff like this, greens. You can take this stuff in the morning. These are grasses and greens. These also have probiotics, so feeding your stomach probiotics. You don't need yogurt, natural fibers that feed probiotics in your gut. There's ways to get nutrients out of plants, and the only way to get the proper nutrients is from plants. The hospital is supposed to know this and supposed to prescribe this and supposed to give this to not only the patients but the doctors as well. Maybe some oatmeal, some chia seeds, hemp seeds, goji berries, dates, walnuts, natural foods. This is my overnight oats right here. So I use a muesli base and rolled oats. I add chia seeds, I add flax seeds, I have sunflower seeds and walnuts, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, whatever type of fruit you can put in there. Fruit cups and maybe overnight oat cups with some soy milk or some oat milk or some almond milk. This will fuel our body. This will keep us running healthy, reducing the chronic inflammation within our bodies, within our blood vessels, within our cells. Eating the foods that are in the cafeteria are causing inflammation throughout your body. It's a chronic state of inflammation. Your body never gets to rest, never gets to rejuvenate. It's under constant stress, it's under constant pressure. A vending machine with frozen meat-based products, Hot Pockets and pizzas and sausages. They're frozen, so they're loaded with sodium. There's no nutrition in them whatsoever. Loaded with fat, loaded with toxins, and this is what people within the hospital are eating. Getting something from the vending machine and microwaving it and putting that into their body. I would not trust anybody who does that to themselves to give me nutritional advice or to give me advice on being healthy and well. Unfortunately, that's the state of our world. We go to specialists to fix our ailments, fix our problems, our pains. What happens is we get prescribed drugs that we have to take for the rest of our life. And you're not healed that way. You're not being healed of your ailments. You're not being healed of your problems. If any other professional, let's say a mechanic, you went to go fix your car, and instead of them replacing the broken part in fixing it for you, they temporarily patched it up. You're going to have to return back again and again and again. Do you want your car patched up, or do you want your car fixed? Do you want it running better? Do you want it running more smoothly so you can trust it in the long run? Take it on long trips. It's the same thing with your body. What's the difference with your body? You go to a doctor, he gives you a prescription, you pick it up at the pharmacy, and what happens? You're dependent on that prescription, you're dependent on that pill. You still have the underlying illness, the underlying disease, but now you don't have the symptoms of the disease. You pop a pill, your headaches go away, your body ache goes away, your stomach feels better, it lowers your blood pressure, whatever it may be, whatever you're taking the prescription for, you think you feel better. And in reality, you're drugged up. What's really happening is you're taking chemicals that go throughout your bloodstream and shut off receptors in your brain to tell you the pain isn't there, the aching isn't there. It's a chemical reaction from the drugs that is convincing you that the problem doesn't exist. The problem with that is our bodies are supremely intelligent. Our bodies know how to heal themselves. And if you're experiencing symptoms, your body is sending a red flag to let you know something is wrong. You don't feel good so that you seek the solution to feeling better, to fixing the problem. Back to the analogy with a car. If you hit your brakes and you feel grinding, your brakes are technically signaling to you, hey, these are bad and they need to be replaced. Now you can't just spray some lubricant on the rotors, the vibration goes away, and act like the brakes are fixed now, because they're not. Spraying lubricant on a bad braking system is the equivalent of taking pharmaceuticals for a bad or an unhealthy body system. Our bodies are optimized to run at perfect health, to feel healthy and natural all the time. And if you're not feeling that way, there's something wrong with your body. So what are we doing wrong? What are we doing to our bodies to cause them to send these red flags? And the answer is nutrition. So it's unfortunate that our doctors are not educated on nutrition. They are not required to have nutritional education in medical school. They're not. And I'm sorry to say it, but your doctor doesn't know shit. And your nutritionist doesn't know shit. Unfortunately, our medical system and the educational system is funded by the very industries that are making money off of sick patients and making money off of selling animal products. It's a business based off of subsidies and suppressed information. It's a grand conspiracy to make money off of unhealthy people. Return customers, supply and demand, it's a business. It's one great big circle of doctors, nutritionists, the medical industry, health experts are miseducated by these companies that control information. Information is suppressed, information is controlled, and whatever's propagated and spread out the most is what is the mainstream information and what is believed. There's garbage food, there's garbage restaurants, there's fast food, there's all this stuff that's terrible for us. Unless you step out of the box and do your own research like these people have done. Dr. Greger. There's research out there. Many of these doctors are advocating for the research, for the evidence-based research, for the truth that's out there. It's up to us to find that research. Doctors are not going to do it. Nutritionists are not going to do it. Unfortunately, what you're being told is a lie. And I know that's harsh to hear, and I know it seems crazy, but it's a lie. All the research, all the evidence, all the textbooks in medical school and nutritional school are false. What they put out there is biased towards their opinion and towards getting you to buy and keep consuming these products. There's a whole other catalog of information that is not being spread out and known worldwide. Natural food doesn't sell well. Natural food comes from the earth in abundance. It's free and it grows on its own. There's no brand for broccoli. There's no brand for lettuce. There's no brand for spinach. Whereas on the other hand, man-made food requires a lot of production, a lot of chemicals, a lot of processing, and all of that requires jobs and funding and money, and they want to keep that business going. There are tons of plant-based doctors out there who have tons of information, and if you're interested in that, I do have a playlist on my channel that's called Plant-Based Facts. You can go there, reference any of those, and see what they're talking about and what the true information is about, the truth about health. There's so many resources out there that you can look through to find out this information. Please don't just take my word for it. Please go do your searching on your own. Check out my playlist called Plant-Based Facts. I have tons of videos on there, a lot of information that you can learn from these doctors who are curing thousands and thousands of patients through plant-based nutrition, and that's it. People are getting off of their medication, people are getting healthier, people are lowering their blood pressure, losing hundreds of pounds just by switching to eating plants. It's very simple, it's very easy. That shit is like Geico. But anyways, so I just want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something from it. Find some information, change your diet. Please find healthier options. See how you feel, try it out. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share it to the people who need it, people who need the information, and thanks for watching.